Hi, it's Annabel Valencia, co-host of the Ray Ray Salsa podcast. Thank you for listening. You are getting ready to hear part 2 of our interview with Edie The Salsa Freak. She is the creator of the Black Belt Salsa system. And in part 2, she's going to be talking about how she created a very successful apprentice program. We hope you enjoy it. And at the end of listening, let us know if you have questions, comments, or suggestions. We want to hear from you. Enjoy.
Let's talk about the apprentice program that you started and the power behind it in the schools that you have.
Okay, yeah, actually, I got the idea from one of my senseis in California. At the time, he said, you need apprentices. He was doing Aikido. He had a black belt, several black belts in Aikido, different degrees and whatnot. And he said that in his studio, they would train apprentices. And I thought, wow, that would be cool. I said, how much do you pay them? He goes, no, they're apprentices. You don't pay them. They pay you to learn. And they pay the normal fee, whatever the students learn, but you train them more intensely. You train them to lead and follow. You train them how to teach, how to train, how to deal with groups, etc. And they pay you to learn. Why? Because eventually they're going to start their own studios. And I thought, that's a great idea, because I'm really into expanding, people wanting to go out and start their own studios and expand and whatnot and learn the system. And so I decided, well, let me give that a try. And so when I started my school, I took 4 months to look for apprentices first before I opened the doors. And I had everybody come on a Sunday morning at 6 a.m. I'm jumping ahead. I had about 24 people in a webinar that were interested in the program. I would go to all the nightclubs and I would make an announcement. We're opening up a black belt school. We're training apprentices. If you're interested, please come on board. 24 people came to my webinar. I said, okay, our first practice is at 6 a.m. this Sunday. And I separated the wheat from the chaff. Only 3 people showed up. Those 3 people ended up staying with me for about 6 years. So that's what I knew. That's when I knew the level of commitment. So we would practice at 6 a.m. on Sunday mornings, and they really wanted it. And then we moved it to like 8 a.m. I just did that just to see who would stick around. But I wanted that level of commitment. And they pay the normal fee to learn from me. And eventually over time, I put up the videos online because it was just too much for me. And, the demand was so much. Also, all over the world, people wanted to see what I was doing. I used to hold my training, and I can still do that on an app. It was a live app. I can't remember what it's called. Anyway, so then I said, you know what? I just need to create an entire curriculum online. Our first set was just the individual moves. And then we bagged that, and now we're doing by belt degree. So that you'll learn in the system, and that's at Black Belt Dance Online. So yeah, the apprentices were really important. They're your number one student. Your students are secondary, your group class students. They are their students, okay? The apprentices should know their names, not you. You know every apprentice name, and you, as a sensei, because they're your front line, you have to tell them, always smile, always make sure your students are having a good time. You have to make sure that they understand the moves backward and forward, lead and follow, and that they really get it. And what's nice about the program is that everybody wins. You win because you have a successful school. Your apprentices win because they get to now get to teach private lessons and earn 100% of the income from those private lessons that they earned. And they get to, when you teach a group class or when you teach in general, you learn the subject 10 times faster because you're learning with the attitude of, wow, I'm going to have to teach this. So I better really learn this, and you push them out in front of the students and say, okay, teach it. And man, if they're in front of people, they better know, what they're doing. And then the student wins. Why? Because they have a great curriculum. They have a great school that's always consistent, that's always there. And they don't have to wait 6 weeks until the beginner's class starts. So we have apprentices who are training every single day, accepting brand new beginners every single week. because we don't have a 6-week course. We have our apprentices that are brand new that will teach the beginners. We have more seasoned apprentices that teach the intermediates, which would be the orange, yellow, and camel belts. And then we have really seasoned apprentices, sometimes even the sensei school director that teaches the black belt moves, on up. So it's having a good apprentice program is key to the success of your school. We have apprentice training time before class, even a day before class. We give them full access to the online curriculum. They can get together with each other during the week and train together and practice together at each other's houses. It's really a great system that you have in place. Plus, you can your apprentices will cover for you when you're gone. For example, just this year, I had 2 major surgeries. I had a knee replacement and reconstructive shoulder surgery on this shoulder, my right. And I was out for maybe about 1, 2, 3, 4, almost 5 months. And my school is bigger than ever, just because of the apprentices. And, because I'm sick doesn't mean that I have to shut down my school. I broke my foot falling off a ladder in 2018. I was out for 6 months. And my school never, in fact, we got more students. So it was really kind of nice. And a lot of the apprentices, not a lot of them, a few of them said, yeah, Edie, when you're here, it seems like everybody steps up to the plate. We're on. People come in early to set up, and I thought, wow, that's really cool. So having a good apprentice program benefits everybody, benefits you, benefits the students, and benefits the apprentices themselves, because my apprentices are the best dancers in Colorado, bar none, and my some of my female apprentices, they never sit down at the clubs. All the guys want to dance with them because they're the best follows. My male apprentices, all the girls, they're waiting in line at the bathroom stall for him to come out. And it's just so neat to hear. Wow, Edie.
Well, Annabel here is actually an apprentice, one of my apprentices. I have this rule: don't date apprentices, don't date students.
That's the rule of the school. It's you can marry them.
Oh, Ray.
I started dating her, and then she said, "Hey, I want to support you in your school." Well, in order for her to do that, she has to start learning it.
Right.
And of course, I'm going to marry her. For those of you in the audience who didn't know, we are engaged to be married. So it's like.
And he asked her on the dance floor. Amazing. I saw the video. You have to
yes, and it's on YouTube. You can also find it on YouTube. She said yes. So apparently it must have been pretty good. We use bachata. Yeah, thank God. If she had said no, I would have I don't know. But I knew she'd say yes.
Finish the song and ask somebody else to dance, right?
But she had been experiencing this apprentice program, watching the videos, and I'd like to get some feedback on what she thinks about it.
Yeah, well, I was first introduced to the black belt system. I call it a system. I don't know if that's the right lingo that you guys use, but I say the black belt system. That was whenever I reached out to you about Kisamba lessons.
Right.
No, it was even before that, because a lot of people don't know that I really sort of first got to meet you through interviewing you for a magazine article,
right,
for a local magazine in Lawton, Oklahoma. And so we were talking about dance. So of course you brought up the black belt curriculum, and I was immediately attracted to it because it was a methodology. It was a system. It just was very logical. The way that it was put together appealed to me. And so I knew from right then and there that I wanted to learn it. But I was I just started at another school. So anyway, so now I'm in the system as an apprentice, and it's been a great experience. So I get to experience from the teaching side as I learn the system, and I still love the way that it's put together. We hope you enjoyed that interview as much as we did, learning about how Edie implemented a successful apprentice program was fascinating, and we hope that it helps you out at your dance studio. I want to remind you that Edie is going to be here in Oklahoma City for Memorial Day weekend. She's going to be teaching her amazing Black Belt Salsa curriculum all of day 1, Saturday, May 27th, and then all of Sunday, May 28th, She's going to actually be getting into dance business management, best practices, and practical ways of running a successful dance studio. So you are not going to want to miss it. Make sure that you check out the links and get your tickets. Early bird special pricing ends March 31st. We hope to see you.
Each day of the week, Edie The Salsa Freak. Every move is magnifique.